Well, Dad,
Yes, Maya.
I'm happy to be sitting down with you.
This is fun.
Yeah,
I'm glad we're doing this.
me too. Thank you
Yeah.
for saying yes. Thanks for all of your support along my journey. I mean that.
Supporting you is absolutely easy.
Thank you.
It is easy to support you.
Thank you.
And thank you for allowing me to support you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So, for those who don't know me, my name is Maya Elizabeth. I am an inspirational soul singer-songwriter, recording, performing artist, and I'm all about spreading healing, truth, and love. And today I'm joined in a conversation by my dad, who is...
Rod Hairston.
Yes.
Yep. So, better known as Dad. I'm known as Maya's dad, and I'm honored to be your dad. It's been an amazing, amazing journey to watch you from the seat of a father really grow into your craft, into your passion, into your music. And I'm super proud of you. I got to say that. Got to put that
That must
down
be
for the
exciting
record.
for you.
It's very exciting for me. Yes, yes, by the way. Yes, it is very exciting for me.
I love that for you.
Yes, yes. I appreciate you.
Yes, and so I wanted to have a conversation with you for several reasons. One of the reasons is because of your expertise in relationships, marriage. You have so much wisdom for so many areas of life, but this in particular is a passion of yours. So can you talk a little bit about what you do as a coach?
Yeah, I'm an executive marriage coach, for those of you who don't know that. I coach very usually well-known people, but the people who know them don't know me, and that's the way I like it. I tend to coach very well-known people who have been very successful in their lives, but they struggle to have success in their marriages and relationships. And that passion is from many years, but also from my training, my background. Not just my graduate work, but really my life work, working with couples from really my early days of college, working with college students and coaches on the college campus, and then in the NFL and so forth.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I've watched some of your career, the part of it that I've been alive for. And I can say I have witnessed you be an encouragement and have a hand in couples healing in their relationships and in their marriages. So there's so much insight that I've gained just observing you and your work. But before we jump too deep into the conversation, I have a question. Just surface. Well, maybe we'll go deeper than surface. But the question is based off of the song that we're going to talk about today. I was honored to collaborate on a duet called All I Can Say with the incredible Rob Murat. And the first line of the song, he wrote, "This morning, I can't help but go through all that's on my mind." And I love that line. I think it's a great way to start a song.
I love that line. Like, I thought the same thing. Like, what a great way, to lead into what is I think it's a phenomenal song. It's
Thank
probably,
you.
And I love you, and I know you, but the song itself, when I first got it, I posted it to my socials.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing it. Yeah. So with that line, painting the picture, setting the scene, let's start our conversation with what has been on your mind.
Wow, so much is on my mind these days. So much that's going on in our world, so much going on, especially in our nation.
Yeah.
Those things are on my mind. And couples are always on my mind. Coaching is always on my mind. People probably don't know that. I'm always preparing to coach someone.
Yeah.
I'm always going back after a session, looking at the things that they could use, that a couple could use, that I could bring, how I can serve them in a more helpful, more powerful way.
Yeah.
Those things are always on my mind. My family's always on my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that. I'm thinking about my family every day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't pray for you and for your brother and your sisters and your mom, of course.
Yeah.
So those are the things that are always on my mind.
I like that.
Yeah.
I can tell. You've always been a coach. I
It's
remember.
true, right?
I remember as a kid, he would get us up at the butt crack of dawn, come on, we're going to go play tennis.
Yeah, we're going to play tennis.
Some of us were reluctant. Some of us were more reluctant. But
Now they want my tennis coaching.
No, I'm
charging now. I'm charging now. This going to cost you.
You should charge for your coaching. Good for you. But you have always been a coach. So I want to talk a little bit about, I'm going to set the scene a little bit for the song and the creative process before I get some more of your thoughts, just based on the theme and what we're talking about in the lyrics. So Rob and I met at a listening session a couple of years ago. It was during FYC season, but that means for your consideration during for Recording Academy folks, you'll be familiar with that. But, you know, everyone's sharing their work, kind of campaigning, connecting with other artists and trying to spread the word so that, you know, for the voting process, you can end up being awarded. Well, we met at a listening session and he heard my song, I think it was It's Okay to Be Falling. And he just kind of made a mental note. I would love to work with her. I love her sound. I love her style. So we stayed in contact. At one point he reached out. He said, I have this concept. I think he would be, you know, great to collaborate with on it. He sent me the song and immediately I fell in love with it. And it didn't take very long for me to start writing. We'd had a conversation about where we wanted the song to go and the theme and what he was, you know, mulling over, where we wanted to take the song. And so I came up with my verse and a bridge for the song. We worked remotely putting it together, and then we ended up shooting the visualizer. I went up to New York for the day.
I remember you taking that trip. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a really fun process.
So let me interrupt you for a moment though,
Sure.
because I'm curious to know, what was it about the song that attracted you, that made you think, yeah, I want to add to this.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. Honestly, how it felt. I'll say three things. How the song felt, even in its more original form, because it has evolved since then musically.
Sure.
And that's important because I say that, you know, as an artist, my mission is to spread healing, truth, and love. Rob's mission is long live feel good music.
I love it.
And so I feel like he does a great job of making, you know, what he's creating feel good. It's true to that, you know. But when I first heard it, I felt good about how it sounded. I felt good about the collaborative energy, the collaborative potential. I also appreciated what I knew about Rob at that point. I said, I think, you know, I like how this conversation is happening naturally, and I think I can create freely in this environment, you know?
I think those are important elements.
Yeah.
If you're going to consider collaborating, that those make a lot of sense to me.
Definitely.
I'm glad you did, because I think your voice is perfect for the parts that you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you sing. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I do think there was a really good mesh as far as, you know, each of our tones and our styles, you know.
Yes.
So that drew me in, you know.
Yeah. Well, I interrupted you. Let you.
Okay. I was talking about the creative process. Yeah, it happened smoothly. To me, it happened the way the song sounds. Like the way the song sounds, that warmth, the coziness, for me, I like to say it feels like a breath of fresh air. It feels like an introspective moment.
Yes.
That was how I felt in writing and contributing to the song. So I like that comes across.
Yeah, and it absolutely does. I love the word you used, the warmth of the song, because that's what drew me in.
Really?
And I couldn't help but thinking about all of the couples that I currently coach, that I have coached, and wishing that they could have that perspective, right? We done made it through the storm.
Yeah.
Right? I just love that line. We
Yeah.
done made it through the storm.
It's triumph.
Couples, it's triumph, exactly. And couples need time. They need markers of celebration along the way, because it's not a couple that I've known in my life, whether I've coached them or they're friends, that haven't endured some storms. And those storms can be interpersonal between the two of
Yeah,
them. It can
yeah.
be storms with a child. It can be financial storms. It can
Yeah.
be
Health
health
related
related,
or
emotional
yeah.
health related. So many storms, but their togetherness is what can often help them get through the storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're together. The resolution. We've made it through this. We're getting through this.
Yes.
And we're gonna stick it out. I'd love to know from your wealth of wisdom, how does a couple know whether what they have is worth sticking it out, whether what they have is, I guess, healthy enough to stick it out or can have that potential? Do you understand the question?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a loaded question actually. No surprise
I'm
here.
full of those.
Yeah, you're full of loaded questions. No, it's a very thoughtful question, really. So, let me make sure I'm tracking. How does a couple know that it's worth riding through the storm, sticking it out,
Yes, yes.
getting to the other side of it?
Right.
I would say you know it's worth it when you come together. Yeah. Most
Like
people
that.
don't think about how worthwhile it is when they're in the storm. So you have to decide when you marry, for example, that we're going to go through some things and we're going to be there for each other. That's what vows are all about.
Yeah.
That we're going to be here through the storm. You were too small, perhaps, to remember this, but your mom and I went through a major storm when her grandfather came to Los Angeles to live with us, and he was at the time 95 years old.
Wow.
And she was pregnant with Jeremy.
So I would have been 2.
You'd have been 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was pregnant with Jeremy. You were 2. Leah was just over 3, and we were in a major storm. But there was no doubt in my mind that I would be there for her and for her grandfather who helped raise her.
Yeah.
So you got to decide at the beginning. But I think there's some markers that give you clarity, indications that you can make it through the storm. And one is that you are emotionally tuned into one another. You pay attention to one another. You pay attention to how the other person is doing emotionally. Like you start building in your relationship this emotional awareness of the other person. The Bible says it this way: for men, husbands, dwell with your wives according to knowledge, right? So I have to know, you got to know your partner, right? You got to know
Yeah.
who they are. You got to know,
Spend time with them.
spend time,
Learn their rhythms.
Yes.
Their patterns, their proclivities.
and be committed to what they need. That will get you through the storm,
Yeah.
right? If I pay attention to what my partner needs and my partner pays attention to what I need, the storm doesn't feel so overwhelming. That's a real key, right?
That's real.
Caring about each other's needs
That's
in the
real.
storm, yeah.
I like that because, and storms can be relational and they can happen in other areas of our lives too. But if I even think about an actual thunderstorm, hurricane, I remember when we lived in North Carolina for a short stint. I remember storms that summer. I remember hurricane. There was a
Yes.
hurricane when we were
The very
getting
day
ready
we
to
were
move.
moving.
Yeah.
Yep.
But as a child, and maybe because I didn't have, a whole lot of experience with storms, I don't know if that impacted how I thought about it, but I don't remember being terrified at all or thinking we wouldn't survive it. It was kind of an adventure, but I had parents who protected me. I had a roof over my head. I had, family and loved ones around me who, we just kind of made it a fun time.
100%,
even though
yeah.
it was
Stormy weather.
stormy weather, yeah. So when you have that sense of security, and when you
Yes.
have that sense of safety, emotionally, I can see how that would make getting through the storm, less insurmountable.
Yeah, absolutely. the playfulness is something very important, right? It's not just for children, it's also for us as adults,
Right.
right? Especially in our love relationships. If we don't play together, we don't stay together. You gotta play together to stay
Yeah.
together. You know, I know
Yeah.
everyone says pray together. The couple that prays together stays together. Prayer is very important from my perspective, my faith perspective. But play is also very important.
Yeah.
And there's great research that's been done that shows that when couples play together, the release of the bonding neurochemicals like oxytocin
Yeah.
in our
Yeah.
brain really cements, if you will, our connection to one another. And that's why play is so very important. So if you
Wow.
play before you go through the storm,
Yeah.
it's more likely that you'll stick together
But the
through the
connection
storm.
will be
Yes.
that much stronger. I
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, and you got into the science of it.
We got to get into the
Listen,
science.
we're into science, we're into arts. So that brings me to my next question. This is a really good natural progression into this. I wanted to talk about how creativity can help in the healing process after the storm, or even in the midst of a storm. You talked about play, and I think that's related, you
Yes.
know? What are your thoughts on creativity being, I think, even a pivotal aspect of how we weather storms in all aspects of life and come out, victorious and with a sense of hope for what is to come?
Well, when we create, we're never more like who we were made to be. Right? God is a creator.
Right.
Right? And we're created in his image. I like to tell people we were made to create.
Yeah.
So you're always at your very best when you make room to create. And for couples, creativity, similar to playing, it gives us a sense of who we really are, right? We get down to the roots of who we are. Like I watched recently, your mom got onto this like painting thing. And years ago, I bought her this this painting kit. She said, I want to paint, but she didn't paint. I was like, well, I guess she changed her mind. But then all of a sudden, she started bringing out this paint. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this lady's a
She can
real
really paint.
Now, I've always known she was creative.
Yeah.
But I got to see her, another dimension of her being. And so I think for couples, creativity, again, it actually lights up a part of our brain. Can I go back to the science?
Yeah, please.
Lights up a part of our brain where we actually learn. So it speaks to being curious. And so when I'm creative, I'm curious. Like I'm learning. I'm sort of like, do I want to do it this way? Do I want to do it that way? How do I want this image to look? Or how do I want this song to sound? Like, where do I want this this flow and the rhythm?
Yeah.
Right. So it's opening up waves in our brain of curiosity. If you could put on these things that show the lighting up of the brain, that the regions of our brain that speak to learning and curiosity begin to light up when we're creating.
Wow.
And that means something else very important, is a powerful implication. It indicates that hope is still in there. Because we can still see beyond, we can imagine beyond the storm that we're in, so that we're not just seeing that this is the end.
Right.
There's what else can happen.
Right.
Right.
Imagination opens up.
Yes, imagination opens up.
Dreaming opens up.
That's it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We done made it through the storm.
Yeah.
All I can say.
All I can say. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Is what I just said.
Yeah, what you just said. What you just
What
said.
he just said. I'll say it back.
Yeah, say it back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
one more
love
again.
that. Creativity is so essential to our being. It's, I like that. It opens us up. It
Yeah.
opens us up.
Yeah, and I've always enjoyed watching creatives, even watching you as a child, right? I remember you writing some of your first songs,
Yeah.
right, and singing them around the
Yeah.
house, right? That creative energy it's life-giving.
Yeah.
It's literally life-giving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And that's why we must support the arts.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm not even saying this in jest. Like, when you have an artist who puts on a show, support their work, buy the tickets, buy the merch. When you have an artist whose song you like, stream their work, buy the music, you know,
Yes.
if they're selling it through their own website or, Bandcamp, any of those platforms. it's so important, and not just music artists, but in any medium, you know. It's important that we elevate the value of art in our society.
Yeah, we were not created to be merely left-brained individuals, right, who operate from a place of rationale.
Right.
We can't maximize who we are. We can't maximize the development of our youth, our
Right,
children.
right.
Right. You maximize the whole person. You nurture the whole person. I couldn't agree with you more. Like, we have to support the arts, because in supporting the arts, we support people.
Yeah.
Not just the creator.
culture.
We shape cultures.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We shape cultures. We literally save lives, I would suggest, because of art. Art gives people hope. It gives
Yeah.
people movement. It gives people energy. Right.
Yeah.
Art is an expression of energy.
Yeah.
And it's oftentimes really good energy that people feed on. Right. We know this, that people with dementia, for example,
Right.
or sometimes Alzheimer's, when music starts playing, they can jump right in.
Because it's
and
saved
pick
in
up-
a different
stored in a
portion.
different part of their brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. It's true. Like, we do shape culture, and that's just bringing us back as we land to the mission behind this song that Rob and I created. You know, for him to want to create music that feels good to people so that they can hope again. For me to
Yes.
want to create music that helps people heal and that offers truth in a loving way. You know, this particular song, it tells the story of a couple who has weathered the storm, and they're sitting in the moment, just kind of decompressing, like, all right, we got through this. I see a future ahead.
Yes.
That story resonates with so many. We've gotten so much feedback already from, you know, fellow Academy members and just people who are listening, people who, you know, who the song has reached. And for me, there is no greater joy and honor than to spread a message, to highlight a story, but to highlight the hope in healing through art,
Yes.
through a creative medium, so that people, so that our culture begins to embrace hope and healing again.
Well, you never go wrong when you inspire people, give them hope.
Yeah.
And I think that song does it beautifully and powerfully. And
Thank you.
I keep it on repeat, play.
Yes.
I'm riding in my truck, or
Yes.
I'm sitting around. Like, that song I'm playing repeatedly because it's that inviting to me.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm glad that it resonates with you. I'm glad that you feel the warmth when you listen to it. I hope for those of you who haven't heard the song that you will check it out. And once you do, keep listening, share it with someone you know, spread that healing truth and love, that feel-good music. And if you are a fellow Academy member, I would highly encourage you to use your voice this season. As we're recording, it's during first round voting. I won't tell you what to do with your voice, but I will encourage you to utilize it.
Can I tell them what to do? No, I'm just kidding.
But thank you for tuning into this conversation, Dad. Thank you for having this conversation with me. This has been a joy.
It's been my absolute honor. Keep going. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all.